Hi, welcome along to another yoga flow. Staying fairly low level today. So not running through any sun salutations today. We're starting here on hands and knees, coming in with cats and cows. If you need to pad out your knees for anything, you can grab like a really skinny blanket or a really skinny cushion and just give your knees a little bit of extra padding if you want to. Make sure your area is nice and clear so you've got free space all around you. Work the options that work for you. So coming on to hands and knees. It's going to round and arch through your back to start with. So as you breathe out, push away from the floor, rounding your back up, relax your head down, tailbone tucks. And as you breathe in, lift through your head, your tailbone, so your back, your tummy feels like it's arching to the floor, elbows are straight. And again, exhale, rounding up, push away from the floor. And then inhale, lift through your head, your tailbone, keeping your elbows straight. Couple more. You just feel like you're stretching through your spine. And then last one. And then come back to center. So find your neutral spine, lengthen from your tailbone to your head. Stretch your right leg back behind you. Press down and back through your heels. You get quite a nice little stretch into your calf. And then we switch legs. So left leg straightens back, press down and back through your heel. One more on either leg. So left leg to finish. And we're going to add in a bit of a side bend stretch. So right leg straightens back and then cross it over to your left side. So maybe your foot's just off the mat, maybe it's on the mat. And then turn to look over your left shoulder. Can you see your right foot back behind you? You should get really nice stretch into your right side. So take a breath in. Bring that leg back in, and we'll do the other leg. So left leg straightens back, cross over to your right side, and then you're going to look over your right shoulder. Can you see your left foot? Breathe into your left side. Come back to center. Come back onto your heels. Roll your shoulders back and round a couple of times. And then grow tall. Taking your ear to one side and to the other side. So just get a nice stretch down the side of your neck. Last one. If this doesn't work for your legs, just bring your legs round in front. And then our head turns. So turn your chin round to your shoulder. If you're happy to take your head back, then you can tip it back. Then we roll down and around. Again, taking your head back if that's good. Roll down and around. And then last one. We come back to center, so back to that nice, long, tall, neutral spine. As you breathe in, stretch your arms all the way up. Bringing your hands down through prayer. And again, as you breathe in, taking your arms all the way up. Maybe cactus your arms, so we add in tiny back bend this time. So bending your elbows, feel like you're lifting your chin, your chest to the ceiling. Keep bringing your arms all the way down. And last one, so sweeping your arms up. Cactus your arms, lift your chin and your chest. Keep bringing your arms all the way back down. Come back to center, so lengthen through your back again. Twisting round to one side, looking over your shoulder. Coming round to the side, looking over your other shoulder. Come back to center. Tuck your toes under. So you're going to sit back on your heels, so lift it slightly higher up, but your toes are tucked under. Come back to your twists. So we're going to bow and arrow twist. So bringing your arms in front, you're just going to draw one elbow all the way back, straighten your arms, stretch your fingers out, fold your hand back at your wrist, see if you can look back at your hand. Your hips are glued down. Bring your arm forwards, so do the other side. So draw your elbow back, straighten your arms, stretch your fingers out, maybe fold back at your wrist. Can you look back at your hand? Bring your arm forwards. Bring your hands down. Come back to hands and knees. So lengthen through your back. Anytime you want to come down onto your forearms, just come down onto your forearms. So if your wrists have had enough, come onto your forearms. If it helps, imagine you've got a tray of hot coffee on your back. So right arm, left leg, slide away. Lift them up if you want to. Press through your heel. Try not to drop down through your lower back, so you're keeping your tray of coffee nice and balanced on your back. Bring your hand, knee back down. We switch sides. So left arm, right leg. Slide away, lift them up. And lower down. Breath is just nice and easy. So again, opposite sides. Keep reaching out through your heel, reaching out through your fingers. Keep pushing away, lifting away from the floor. We're going to go for one more either side. And we can change it, moving into our side bend. So left toes come off the mat. So your left foot's giving you a bit of support. Right leg lengthens in line with your body. Draw your right elbow and extend your right arm up to the ceiling. Keeping your arm reaching up, or maybe take it over your head. So you've got more of a rainbow shape. Option to lift your right leg if you want to. Maybe point your toes. And we're going to take it into our half bow. So you squeeze your heel all the way back into your bum behind you. Sweeping your arm up. Come back behind you. See if you can find the inside of your foot. So you're going to reach back. Maybe you're holding your toes, your foot, your ankle, your leggings. And then, if you are holding on to anything, can you reach your toes back to the wall behind you? So you come into that back bendy half bow shape. Keep your breath moving. And then we extend our leg, taking your arm all the way over. Come back into child's pose. The knees are wide, toes are together. Rest your head all the way down on the floor. Keep your arms straight. We'll do a little bit of extra shoulder work whilst we're here. So you're going to lift one arm and then the other arm, keeping your head down on the floor, working from your shoulders. And go for one more either side. And come back up to your hands and knees, lengthen through your body. Tray of drink on your back again. So right arm, left leg, slide away, lifting up. Switching sides. Keeping your body, your back still and as stable as you can. And go for one more on either side. And we're going to come into our side bend on the other side. So this time I'm going to end up my back to you. Right toes just come off the edge of your mat. Left leg lengthens back in line with your body. Turn to face your left side. So draw your left elbow up, straighten your arm up. Stay here, or you've got that option to take your arm all the way over your head, so you've got more of a rainbow shape. And then you've got the option to lift your left leg if you want to. Taking it into your half bow, so you can squeeze your heel all the way back, as close towards your bum as you can, sweeping your left arm over and round. See if you can find your toes, your foot, your ankle, your leggings. See if you can hold on to something on inside edge of your foot if you can do. Are you ready? Start to reach your toes all the way back, the wall behind you. So come into our half bow, half a back bend. And then you're going to release your foot, taking your arms all the way over your head. Come back to hands and knees. Right foot comes up in front. You're going to come into a low lunge. And your knees pretty much on top of your ankle. Back toes can tuck under. Pull your foot and your knee towards each other. And sweep your arms all the way up. Reaching your fingers to the ceiling. Gaze is in front. Shoulders feel relaxed just so you haven't lost your ears. And we're going to take it into our prayer twist. So hands come down in front. You're going to hook your left elbow to the outside of your right leg. And I feel like you're lifting that right elbow all the way up. Turn to look towards your elbow. You can look up the ceiling if you want to. Maybe lift your back knee. Feel like you're pulling your right hip back. Doing good, that's it. Bringing your hands down to the floor. You're going to step your right leg back. So coming either into a plank or into our box shape. Press out through your heels, reach out through your head. And then left foot steps forward. Lower your back knee down. So your knees on top of your ankle. Keeping your back toes tucked. Pull your foot and your knee towards each other. Then lift all the way back up to our low crescent lunge. Fingertips reaching to the ceiling. Breath is nice and easy. Doing good. Bringing your hands down, we're going to come into our prayer twist. So right elbow this time, hook to the outside edge of your left leg, left knee. The left elbow starts to lift. You're turning to look at your left elbow, or maybe you're looking up at the ceiling. Option to lift your back knee. Feel like you're pulling your left hip back in line, or just back in. Bringing your hands down. And again, step back either into your plank or onto hands and knees. If you're in your plank, make sure your hips haven't dropped, but we're not lifting into that downward dog shape either. Reach through your head and your heels. Bring your knees down. We're going to come into cow face legs. So if you bring your legs all the way around, if this doesn't work for you, you're going to do cross legs. So lengthen your legs out. You're going to tuck your right heel back towards the left hip. So your right knee is pretty much in line with your body. And then we're just going to cross our left leg over on top. So the idea is your knees are fairly stacked and in line, and they're fairly down the center line of your body. And feet, wherever kind of works, for your hips, for your legs. Make sure you're not sat on your heel though. Sit nice and tall. Stay here if you want to. We're going to add our eagle arms in for a little bit of a shoulder stretch. So you can extend your arms forward. Bend up at elbows. You're going to tuck your right elbow underneath your left arm. And then see how close you can get your hands towards each other. So maybe just link your fingers, thumbs, maybe you can work your hands more in. So you've got more of an interlinking between your hands. And then as you breathe in, lift your elbows up. As you breathe out, we're just going to round forwards. Again, inhaling, we lift up. And exhaling, we round forwards. I'm going to do one more, inhaling up. Exhaling forwards. Release your hands. Hands come down onto the mat. Take a breath here. Coming up, we're going to take it into a seated twist. If you extend your right leg out, left leg stays crossed over. So you're going to wrap your right arm around your left knee. Left hand comes around. Just sit tall, look over your left shoulder. Keeping both sitting bones down on the floor. And come back to center. Extend out both legs. We're going to go the other way. So cross the legs if you prefer. Otherwise, you can tuck your left heel back towards your right hip. So your knee is pretty much in your center line. Then we cross your right leg over on top. See how this side works compared to the other side. So in theory, your knees are stacked. Your knees are in your center line. Wiggle your feet round till they feel good. Again, can you have both sitting bones on the floor so you're not kind of leaning all the way over? Adding in your eagle arms if you'd like to. So reach your arms forward. Left arm crosses underneath your right arm, so you bend up at your elbows. And see if you can bring your hands towards each other. So again, maybe it's just your fingers, your thumbs that reach. Maybe you can twine your hands together a little bit more. You're adding those 3 breaths. So as we breathe in, we lift up. And as we breathe out, we round down. Last one. So round all the way down. Releasing your hands. Hands come down onto the floor. Take a breath. And then we lift up. Good stretches into your hips, hopefully. We come into that seated twist. So you're going to straighten out your bottom leg, your left leg. Grow tall, right leg's crossing over. Wrapping your left arm around. Right hand comes around behind you. Just going to turn, look over your right shoulder. Come back to center. Uncross your leg. Going to roll down onto your back. And we're going to come into just a minute relaxation. So allow your legs, your hips, your arms, your shoulders, your head to feel heavy and weighted and relaxed. If it helps, have a hand on your tummy and a hand on your chest. It can just help keep your mind just a little bit more focused. Palms probably facing upwards. Slow your exhale. So maybe thinking about inhaling for a count of 3 and exhaling for a count of 6. Check your shoulders and your face are relaxed. Come back to your normal breath. Stretching your arms all the way back behind you, pointing your feet, stretch your fingers out. Bring your arms down to your sides, keeping with you that feeling of calm and peace and relaxation. When you're ready, you're going to roll to your side, slowly press up to sitting. And that's it for today. So thank you for joining me. Hopefully that was good. Have a really good rest of your morning, your day, your evening, wherever you are. Let me know any feedback or any comments. Have a great day, and I shall see you again next time.